Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 20 of The Money Fear is Real and How You Can Change It. We're on a new subject today called How You Do Money is How You Do Life. And that might not be obvious to some of us, might be obvious to others. What we're going to talk about is the different programming, the thoughts, the beliefs, the decisions, the patterns that we have. All of these different things that we do, things we believe that cause us to act, to not act, to have different thoughts, to getting results or not getting results in our life and in our business. So very interesting what we're going to go through here today. Welcome Anne and Nancy. Yippee! All right, we're talking about how you do money is how you do life. The same programs that run money, guess what? They're also running these other areas of life. Your health, relationships, hi, Linda. Welcome. So they're running health, relationships, career, money, personal growth, and spirituality. I got them all. So a lot of different areas of our life. So if we have a specific belief, a specific decision that we've made about ourselves or about life or about people or things, or we have different patterns like strategies we've talked about before, then those run a common vein underneath the skin. Yeah, Anne says, oh, relationship, what's that? Yeah, we're going to talk about that today. Put your thinking cap on. Here we go. We're going to have so much fun. So let's just go through a couple of real life examples so we can cement that into our knowledge base here. So if a person had a belief, which is a false belief, but they believe it just the same, so it's true to them, the belief being, I'm not good enough, then guess what? That's going to show up in money. Like that's one of the top 4 money blocks is I'm not good enough. It's a big dog on the block here. Then how's that going to show up in your relationship? I'm not good enough. Well, you're going to find people who are either similar or who, I don't want to say prey, but they gravitate toward people like that and can kind of take advantage of them. How does I'm not good enough show up in your life? If that's what you have. I'm not saying you have that. But if that's one that you have, please type in the comments how that's showing up for you in any of the areas. And again, I'll say them: health, relationships, money, career, spirituality, and personal growth. You can pick any of those. And they may not necessarily affect all of them, but most often they affect several of them. Relationships and health being one. So if there's a belief of I'm not good enough, how that can play in its, how it can play out in its, in the health aspect is, well, if you don't believe that you're good enough, then you're probably not taking very good care of yourself and your health. You're probably not eating well, probably not resting, probably not getting your needs met. So that's the health department. We already talked about relationship. With money, it shows up as, you're not even going to be able to make very much money. Or if you do, for some strange reason, then you will quickly get rid of it. So, okay, Anne has a few here she's sharing. So people abandon me. Yes. Okay. That's a belief. Comparing myself to others' success. Yeah, this is how it's showing up in Anne's life. Yes. Great examples. Thank you for sharing and being so bold, Anne. So that's just one example. We'll go through another one. So if you have a fear of failure, how is that going to show up? Definitely one of the top 4 money blocks. It's going to show up that you're not going to take the steps that are necessary in order for you to have a great career or a great business. Because you're going to be basically stymied in fear. You're going to be stuck in this frozen state and not be able to really move forward. And you have all of this inertia against you, and you're in this stuck state. So you won't fail. So many people do nothing rather than fail. So that's how it shows up in the money arena. If you have this fear of failure, please share in the comments how that's showing up for you in any one of the 6 areas of life. And I'm going to repeat them again because I say them fast. Career, money, health, relationships, spirituality, and personal growth. So if you have a fear of failure, then a lot of times that will stop a person from getting into a relationship. Or here's one you may not have thought of. You can get into a relationship, but you want to get out because you don't want it to fail. Or if the other person in the relationship is the one to say goodbye before you say goodbye, then you could interpret that as a failure. This one goes really, really deep. So fear of failure, let's take that as another example. Let's see, we've done health. No, we haven't done health. We've done relationships. Okay, so for health, fear of failure, how do you think that would show up in health? Well, that might be not starting a workout program or an exercise program or a movement practice. Like, you don't have to be, Jack LaLanne, for those of us who are old enough to remember Jack. I remember Jack. My mom used to watch Jack LaLanne and his German Shepherd dog. I can't remember his name. But yeah, we watch that every day. Okay, so fear of failure. How would that show up in exercise? That would be maybe not showing up for yourself because you're afraid that you won't achieve, like if you have a goal of doing so much, working out 3 times a week, and you don't make that, well, then you consider yourself a failure. Or if you have a goal of, getting to 45 minutes of cardio a day and you don't get that, that's considered a failure. Or what's another one? Lifting a certain amount of weights, and if you don't get that, that's a failure. So it's part of it is, what's your definition of failure? Like, what do you believe about failure? And then the other part of that is, how does it manifest? Does it manifest as not moving, not getting out of the starting blocks? Or does it mean you are getting out of the starting blocks, but you come back because you really don't want to fail? So, you just put your toe in the water. Doesn't mean you're going to drown. You just put your toe in the water. I tried that. It didn't work for me. All right, we're getting a lot of good comments here. Let's go back and see what's happening. Let's see. Fear of failing in a relationship, that must be mine. There we go. And, Debbie's got Richard Simmons, the best anti-fear of failure exercise program ever. Much lower bar. I love it, Debbie. Thank you for that. My mom used to watch Richard Simmons also. Yeah, that's great. I love it. My mom also used to have this thing called a vibrator. Different than what we think of as a vibrator today. It's the one where you're standing and it has this belt that goes around your waist or goes around your butt, and it just jiggles you like this. And the selling point was that you would lose weight. You just jiggle away your fat. Now, you're not doing anything. You're just standing there being jostled. But I loved that. I thought that was a lot of fun. I wasn't in it for the weight loss. I was in it just for the fun experience. But yeah, that was fun. That was about the Jack LaLanne times. Okay, so Anne is saying, I tried a relationship once. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're going through different money blocks as examples of how they show up in our areas of life. All right. And by the way, I'll tell you another funny thing. Since yesterday's topic was laughing, we're getting a lot of laughing in today too. So I had injured my hip. I tore the labrum in my hip, which is the thing that connects the leg bone to the hip bone. So had to be really careful. So as I was rehabilitating, I decided to take up water aerobics at my local gym. I'm like, this is a good thing. And it is a good thing. It's super fun. And if you ever want to feel really, really good about yourself, go take an aqua aerobics class, because it does make you feel good. You're supported by the water, and for me, I'm a water person, so it just makes me feel good to be in water. But then also, I was the youngest one in the group. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I was the youngest by far. And a lot of the other ladies in there's a few guys, but a lot of the other ladies, it's a social program. So they're just in the water, and they're not really doing what the leader is telling them, but at least they're getting out, they're moving, they're socializing. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so we've gone through I'm not good enough. We've gone through fear of failure. Anybody else want to share how these two or any other money blocks that you have, what is it that is showing up in your life because of that? Yeah. How is it showing up? What other money blocks do you have that you've identified? I mean, we did go through quite a few the last few days. You might be a money blocker if you are doing this, if you are not doing that. So if you're a people pleaser, that's one form of a money block. Woohoo! Guess how that's showing up in different areas of life. So if you're a people person, so let's all play along. If you are a people person, then this is about you. If you're not a people person, a people pleaser. If you're a people pleaser, take this as yourself as an example. If you're not a people pleaser, then just think about how a person who is a people pleaser, how this would manifest. So people pleaser in money, how would that, in that area of life? Well, they're probably very busy doing things for other people and not doing things that they should be doing for themselves or for their business if they're an entrepreneur. But they're very busy doing other things. Yeah. Then how would that same people pleasing, how would that show up in relationships? Well, fantastic for the other person in the relationship because they're always getting pleased. But then what's a common thing that's happening to the people pleaser in a relationship is their needs are not getting met. So they either just put up with it and build up resentment and agitation and anger, or there are conflicts, and usually the conflicts are not healthy conflicts. They're more combative and with no conclusion, and then boom, there you are, you're out of a relationship. So all right, we have more coming in here. So procrastination. Yes, that's a money blocker. Debbie, way to go. All caps. She's shouting it out to the mountaintops. Procrastination. Yeah. Perfect money block. That can also show up in all these other areas of life, right? So I think you're getting the swing of it. Okay, Anne's saying, not charging enough. Yes, that's another symptom that you are under the influence of a money block. For sure. Or for shizzle, as some of my friends would say. So, yeah. What else is happening for you with your money blocks? And can you see how the pattern is throughout your life? It's like you just got these new glasses. Right? Now you can see. You're like, wow, I'm Superman. I can see right through my own money blocks that I thought were just affecting my money, but they're affecting these other areas of my life. All right. So now we're going to go into some resources, unless there's other ones that you guys want to talk about. Any other money blocks that are happening and how they might be affecting the different areas of your life. Please share that. Let me know. All right. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to go into some resources. So every day we go into resources, which are tools, practical, actionable tools that you can do now. You can also take with you and use at any time that you'd like, that will help you to clear some of these patterns. And these patterns that we have, these different money blocks, which are also, as we now know, are blocks in all other areas of life. So the everything blocks, those are being exacerbated by being in this virus situation, in this pandemic, because our nervous system is jacked up, it's activated, it's telling us that we're in danger 24/7. You're like, wow, really? Yeah, I know that. We don't have to keep fixating on that. But it just keeps sounding that alarm. So it's exacerbating our money blocks and the blocks of other areas of our life. So I want to do a couple of techniques today that are really going to help us to move some of that stuckness. And it may even move us into moving, right? I actually have three on the docket for us today. Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddie? Okay, here we go. Number 1. I just call this one supercharger because I do this one for myself. Yeah, and saying my nervous system is totally jacked up. Yeah, right. It's happening for me too. I use these techniques on myself daily, just so you know. I don't, in a normal period of time when we're not under the influence of this pandemic, I don't necessarily do them daily. I do them as needed. But for me to keep my nervous system level and regulated is the technical term. Yeah, regulated. That requires some maintenance right now. So then I can also be productive with my business. Like, I'm busier than ever right now. I'm on podcasts, I'm on summits, I'm speaking at different places, all virtual. Like, it's on fire. And if I didn't do these techniques for myself, I'd be a hot mess. All right, so first one of our resources today is called Supercharger. That's just my name for it. I don't know what anybody else calls it. But I use this one to clear any stuck energy, or if I'm feeling that, in yoga they call those vrittis, V-R-I-T-T-I-S, which literally means painful mind waves. I know Debbie's going to hashtag that one. Painful mind waves, vrittis. So when you're having some painful mind waves or body waves, do the supercharger. So you stand up, you put your arms out. I'm going to put them together so you can see. You put them out like in a Y, like you're doing the Y in YMCA song. I know you all know how to do that. So you're standing up, feet are wide, arms are wide, and you breathe in and out as many times as you need, at least 3 times. So for me, it looks like this. Oh, and by the way, I also, when I'm breathing in, I close my hands, and then when I'm breathing out, I go like this. And you can do that with your fingers and your toes. So let's all do that together. And it goes pretty quickly. So in, and it's even better if you make sounds like that. Those growls are great. #gold growl is great. I'm doing my own hashtags now. So for those of us who are new, we have a lot of new people on our call today. We've been doing #gold for any gold nuggets that you are receiving, which could be ahas, could be new information, could be a share, whatever it is. #gold, and then write whatever it is that you want to share with us. So, I knew Debbie was going to get it. Painful mind waves, be gone. Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel just from that little bit? We just did a few of those. Now we're going to do 10. Oh, yeah. Gold. Anne's in on the game. #gold growl. Yeah. So this one, we're going to give it our all. Okay. We're going to, hold on. I just had not a painful mind wave. I had a mind wave coming through here. This is called the tense release. Okay. So we're going to do it all together, and we're going to do it 10 times. So right now, I want you to just close your eyes and check in with your body and your mind. Notice where you're at, whatever it is. in the state of relaxation, in the state of agitation, in the state of whatever you are, just notice it for what it is. Because after we do these 10, we're going to come back and we're going to recheck. Okay, so stand up. I'm not going to stand up because I'll leave your view. But you guys stand up. Stand up, arms are out. And we're going to start with the hands are clenched, the toes are clenched. And we're going to, so that's the inhale. Ha, ha, ha. Oops, I got an itch. Sorry. Okay, that was 3, 4. Ha, 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 ah, ah, ah. Okay, that was 10. Woo! I feel invigorated. It also helps get your energy moving. Okay, how is that? Please type in the comments what you noticed. Check with yourself. Close your eyes and just notice. I can actually feel energy moving. I feel like I'm a little buzzing. Feel maybe just a little bit lightheaded, which is a good thing because those vrittis have been vice gripping me. I'm ready for them to be gone, and they're going now. Good. So share how different you're feeling now. All right. So that was 1. I just call that supercharger. That's my name for it. Feeling alive. Way to go, Anne. Actually a little lightheaded. Do the fists stay clenched? No, the fist, inhale, exhale, ha. Good. All right, so now we're going to do breath of fire. Who knows breath of fire already? It's from yoga. Oh yeah, Debbie's saying that her heart is pumping a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what you're doing. You're getting things moving here. So breath of fire, it's a breathing technique that is to energize you. It's actually from the world of Kundalini yoga. I don't know if you've ever had the experience of Kundalini yoga. It's not the normal Hatha yoga, which is what most of us have experienced. If you've experienced Kundalini, you know it. If you haven't had a Kundalini class, then this is going to be new. So it's phenomenal at oxygenating and purifying your blood. It also strengthens your heart and your lungs. What else does it do? As you do it more and more, it actually trains you to naturally and automatically take deeper, fuller breaths, which is what you want, because that oxygen transfer happens mostly at the lower third of the lungs. And if you're not getting nice, deep breaths, you're not getting the oxygen that you need for every function of your body. Plus, if you're breathing shorter and shallower, it's that feedback loop that's going up to your amygdala saying, hey, we're still in danger over here. We're still breathing hard, or we're still, breathing shallow. All right, there's some other benefits. What else? Oh, it will also help you to have not only energy now, but it's a steady state of energy. Yeah, get oxygenated. Way to go, Debbie. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it first. If you've never seen it before, you're probably going to laugh. And as you do it, you might laugh too, because it's actually kind of fun to do. So it's also akin to panting like a dog. I know. Hashtag gold. I know you're all over that. Pant like a dog. So here's how it goes. It's a passive inhale and it's an active exhale. So with the exhale, you can't see it, but imagine my fingers are on my abdomen here. There we go. Right about here, above your navel and below your ribs. That action is going to be like a squeezing. It's a squeeze in and a lift up to pump the breath out when you exhale. So I'm going to demonstrate first. It looks like, we have to start with an active inhale. So inhale and then so that movement is me contracting my abdomen and lifting up. So it's pushing up on the diaphragm, and then it's squeezing the lungs to force the air out. With this one, just attention, you may feel a little bit of lightheadedness. When I was in my yoga teacher training, my teacher was a Kundalini master, and she had all kinds of Kundalini tricks for us. Every day we did them. And she had us doing breath of fire for 15 minutes at a time. If you want to reach an existential state, I'm going to recommend that. But you have to work up to it. So today we're just going to do it for a short time. We're going to get used to it. Let's all do it together. Are you ready? So we're going to start with the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to... So you're not even focusing on the inhale. That's going to happen automatically. You're focusing on the squeezing and the lifting of the abdominals. So it's... We're going to do it for a little bit. I don't have my timer, but I'll time in my head. Ready? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Keep going. That's the yawn. The yawn is a sign that we're going into our rest and digest phase, our parasympathetic nervous system, which means we're dialing down. We're regulating out of that activated fight-flight response. So let's keep going. Take a break if you want to yawn. Okay, and then come to rest. Whew. How's that? How does that feel? Check in with yourself. Notice what's happening for your body. Notice what's happening for your mind. Maybe in your heart as well, in your energy field, for those of us who can feel our energy. What we've also done basically for our energy field is we've just widened that. Because when we're in a stressful state, our energy actually contracts and it comes in. So we're spreading ourselves back out again, which is great for confidence. It's great for feeling safe again. Anne says she feels high. Yes, this is a cheap and easy and healthy way to get high for those who are looking for that. Okay, so Debbie says not quite getting this. When we're breathing in, it looks like it's out. Okay, so the key is don't even focus on the breathing in. What you want to focus in on is the breathing out. So I'm going to get really close so you can hear that I'm not going, and I'm not actively I'm drawing the breath in just naturally and easily. So I'm breathing in very gently and then forcing the air out. So it's like, trust me, you're going to breathe on the inhale. No thoughts about that. The thing to focus on is the squeezing of the abdomen and the lifting. It's like a... Okay, here we go. Okay, good. Try that, Debbie. Hopefully that'll work. I think it will. All right, so that is breath of fire. I like to also call that one pant like a dog. I didn't get a hashtag pant like a dog yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Okay, so let's see, we have a little, yes, we're going to do one more. So today what we're focusing on with our 3 resources is moving energy, moving our body, trying to jumpstart our sympathetic or parasympathetic nervous system so that we can get closer and closer to that rest and digest phase, which is our natural state where we feel good. And as Anne so nicely put out, feel high. Yeah. In your natural state, it's a high feeling. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Breath of fire, pant like a dog. Love it. Okay, so now we're going to do wood chopping. And by the way, all 3 of these are from the yoga world. They're just not commonly done in these fitness type of yoga classes that we have here in the United States. So this 3rd resource is called wood chopping. So you're going to do this with your hands. So you're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to point your index fingers together. Looks like that from the side. You're going to do that. Again, I'm going to demo sitting, but I do have to back up a little bit. All right. So pretend I'm standing. Feet are very wide, right? So you're pretending like this is your axe and you're going to chop wood. And it's a whole body movement. And there is a sound also. Yeah, Anne loves word chopping. So you're going to bend your knees and you're going to go, let me just make sure I have clearance. And it's a fast movement. You're going to go, ha, ha, ha. So you're going from standing to as much of a squat as you can do. Not a squat, but a little bit of a deep knee bend and then more of a bending over. As if you're doing, instead of chopping like this, you're chopping like this, right in front of you. So let's all do that. I'm going to turn to the side so I can do it with you. And we're going to do 3 rounds of wood chopping. Here we go. And breathe in and breathe out. Ha! Breathing in as you come up. Ha! Breathing in as you come up. Ha! Ah, wow. Woo! How was that? I'm ready to go. Woohoo! All right, share in the comments with me how that was for you. So we did supercharging, we did breath of fire, and we did wood chopping today. All to help us clear things out. More exercise than I normally get. Great. Way to go, Debbie. Yeah, it's exercise too, a bit. Yeah. So what I want you to do is decide which one or ones you like. You can use them interchangeably. You can just pick one. You can do whatever you like. Or you might find at certain times when you're in certain situations or feeling certain ways, you might gravitate toward one or all 3. But if you want to move some funk out of you, that's the way to go. Even if you're just sitting down or standing, whatever you're doing, and you need to have some mental clarity, great way to get some mental clarity, as well as some physical juices moving. All right. Clear out the junk, make room for abundance. Yes! Best hashtag ever, Debbie. All right. So if you would like to discover what your specific money blocks are, you can go to mymoneyblocks.com and take a super fun 2-minute quiz, and then it'll send you an email with your results. Good. And tomorrow, let's see, what do we have tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow at 4 p.m., same bat time, same bat channel, Pacific Standard Time, we're going to talk about why affirmations and positive thinking and willpower are worthless in changing your money. That's going to be a good one. All right. So thank you all for being here. It has been a pleasure. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.